Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven, or welcome to my channel if you've not been here before. I do anticipate seeing a few new faces around here just because of this video, honestly. I think I'll be titling it something simple like how much money does a flight attendant make? I'm going to be pretty darn open about how much money I earned and what my expenses were for the year. If you have been a subscriber or you've watched my videos before, you already know that I'm already quite candid. I overshare willingly on almost anything. But if you're new to me or my channel, you may be surprised at the depth and the intimacy in which I'll share how much I earned last year. There's a number of flight attendants who have briefly went over their numbers or general idea of how we're paid and our general pay structure. I'm not going to go into our exact pay structure and how we're paid and what we're paid for and what we're not paid for, because that would be a very long and very different video. But this video is probably most helpful to that person who is contemplating this journey to become a flight attendant, or if you have a training date that's fairly far off and you have some time to save up some money, this would be a great chance for you to understand really how much you may need to prepare financially for this first year or two of becoming a new flight attendant. All right, so for context, I'm filming this video on January 7th, 2019. These videos, they float around for years. So if you're watching this video in the distant future, hi, welcome. So you have an idea in terms of context, the numbers and how that might relate to what you might be earning when you are. And also for further context, I work for a very small airline. It is the one of the fastest growing airlines in the country, also one of the safest in the world, which is very nice to know. And it's a company that I just adore and I feel very, very, very blessed to work for. I wish you all the best of luck in finding yourself in an airline family that you truly belong to, as I have. I won't gush, but I love my job. And it will not be a surprise. You're not going to make a lot of money the first year or two, and it will really push that home. But at the end of this, I hopefully will remember to let you know what some of the silver linings are and what some of the rewards are that are not financial. All right, so let's get into talking about numbers. I will warn you. Well, a couple of things I'll say. I'm sorry, more context. My airline does not have pursers. We don't have LODs. We don't have those sorts of ways to earn extra money. The only position we have that earns any extra money would be position of lead, or that's our A position. That's the person who typically is the one who communicates with the flight deck most often and is not in charge, but is usually the person who typically can set the tone for the flight as well. So there's a little bit more money in that. I think it's like $2 or $2.25 an hour, which is not a lot of money for sometimes the responsibility that you have, but it's something. We do get per diem, which is not unusual. Every airline offers per diem that I'm aware of. The only other way to earn extra money would be commissions. We sell snacks and beverages on board. So while on other airlines, you might get a cup of soda free, a little 4-ounce cup with ice free. We're going to give you the whole can, but it's going to cost you $3. We sell snacks and beverages on board. We also do offer credit card applications on board as well. So if someone fills out an application and turns that in, we get a small amount of money per application. And if that application is approved, we get some more money. And that really does seem to add up. The program used to be kind of lame last year, but they've improved it. So it's a little bit more financially lucrative for us to actually to work with. So a lot more of us are doing it. So I'll include those numbers. The only number I'm not going to include in here, because I just don't know it, is I sort of almost lied to you. The money we get from commissions for selling snacks and beverages. That actually isn't from our airline. It's actually from the catering company. And they give us that money. And we can choose how to receive that money. I always choose to receive it in terms of like Amazon gift cards and things like that, electronic gift cards, because then I can choose what I want. I can also typically choose to get it, as some do, on a Visa prepaid debit card. But if we reach over, I think it's over $600, which is possible. You have to pay taxes on that if you go that route. So I always vote to go through digital gift cards to avoid the taxes and stuff on that. So last year, I'm going to guess I probably got about 650, 700, maybe more, just in Amazon gift cards. And I've wasted all of it on things I did not really need. Or gifts, usually gifts. But things like my lunch bag, my rollerboard bag I got from those points as well. So those are not included in these numbers. I've already spent 6 minutes talking about this stuff and I haven't got to my number. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so the first number, and I'm going to be looking away from the camera a lot, I apologize. The first number is Cloud Cash, the app I used to get these numbers, put everything alphabetical in terms of the name of that income. So Cloud Cash is the money we get from those credit card applications. And so last year I earned $800 just alone, $800 on credit card applications, either the ones that were approved or not. Drug tests. We get paid for random drug tests. I was randomed twice last year, and I got $23.85. I think that's an average of the two different pay rates I had at both different times. I got $150 in pay for holiday pay. We get $50 for any official holiday that they consider a holiday. If we work that day, we get $50. So I got $150. Lead pay, as I mentioned earlier, is we get a little bit of money extra. And I got $574.03 last year for lead pay. Overtime, anything over 85 hours is typically overtime. There are allowances that they don't have to, but it was $2,674.84 for overtime. Per diem taxable. Per diem, I don't believe is taxable unless it's a turn, and there may be a specific a reason around that particular turn. But I earned $190.82, so I must have just done one turn or two turns to get that, and that is taxable. Regular hours, and this is regular blocked or scheduled hours. I got 21,000, obviously the main part of my pay, $21,229.20. So I know that last year, I flew 722 hours last year. So my regular pay for my regular hours was $21,229.20. Retro payment, I have no idea what that is $49.34. Salary half overtime, no idea what that is, $88.70. Training, which I really think is office work, honestly, because I did a lot of office work in September and October, was $2,268. And per diem, which if you know what per diem is, that's the amount that we, for every hour we're away from base during a trip, we earn a little bit of money. And right now, I think it's $2.31. I got last year $5,476.59 for per diem. So this past year, I had a line from March on, but for January and February, I was on reserve. I didn't fly that much that I remember, possibly, but you clearly earn more money when you have a line because you are going on trips, and that's where you earn some of your money. So, I mean, I can say roughly 25% of my regular pay was just per diem, so it's a good amount of money. So if I were to add up all of my income, and that was all of my income, was $33,525.37. Or for my ex-boyfriend Ronan, who is from Ireland, he would say 33,000, which I thought was adorable. But he broke up with me, so we're going to stop talking about Ronan. 33,000 $525.37 is my gross pay for 2018. That sounds spectacular to me. My mouth waters at that because I know what I earned last year, and it wasn't that. It also is a little heartbreaking because the last time I earned $33,000 was probably 1990. No. It was probably 1995. So it's not a lot of money. Mostly because there are deductions. We have to take some things out of that, don't we? So let's talk about deductions. Deductions. AFA dues, Association of Flight Attendant dues. I paid $600 in dues last year. My health insurance, I paid $960, which I don't know what that sounds like to you. Perfectly plausible. It's as much money as I spent on my health insurance back at Neiman's back in 1998. So I'm very happy to have paid $960 because my health insurance is amazing. Uniform, we get an allowance. I think it's $150. It might be $175. But I spent $22.30 more than my allowance, and that I elected to have that taken out of my pay rather than pay it with a credit card, which I could have done. Vision insurance, I paid $74.88. And again, not a problem because our vision insurance is amazing. I used to work in the optical field, and the only people who had better health insurance than I have were like CFOs of major corporations. So like our vision insurance is spectacular. If you wear glasses, if you wear contacts, it's okay. Voluntary short-term disability. Now, short-term disability insurance is included in our benefits. It's not, we don't have to pay for it, but they do allow us to offer voluntarily a little bit more if we pay a little. And I paid $67.62 last year. So if I do have to dip into short-term disability, I would be paid out a little bit more because I paid out a little bit more. Medicare, I contributed $391.70. Federal income tax, $2,839.93. Social Security, $1,674.86. I am based in Las Vegas. I have my home address in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas does not withdraw income tax. There's no state income tax here, so whoosh, right? Last year, my home address I had it listed as in Atlanta, and Georgia does have state tax, so I paid state income tax, even though I really honestly lived here in Las Vegas most of the time. So I saved a little bit of money, thank God. I think I mentioned Social Security, $1,674.86. So my total deductions off of my paycheck for last year was $6,631.21. All right. So I already did the math, so you don't have to be doing it yourself. So I earned last year $525.37. Subtract the $6,631.29, and you're left with $26,894.08. Now, I don't know what that sounds like to you, but it sounds like ka-ching to me, because last year I was struggling to even feed myself last year. It was so hard. Oh my God. Um, I took the bus. I know, short story. It's typical for me. I took the bus to the airport today to go to my PO box because I got a little package from Amazon, which I'll talk about when I talk about Buddy. Whenever I talk about him next, which is probably the next video. And I also went to my PO box and I got a letter from Torsten. Torsten, if you happen to be watching this video, I did get your letter. I'm gonna actually, I might mention it in my next video, particularly around Buddy. You did make me cry, in a nice, sweet way. But I loved your letter. Thank you so much, Torsten. But on the way back, the whole reason I'm telling you this story, on the way back, there was a young lady who had on the bus that had a suitcase with a little J hook in the front. And she had a tote bag sitting up on top, a black tote bag, which I recognized. There's a flight attendant right there. She's in casual clothes. But on the side of her tote bag, there was a water bottle that was kind of fat and kind of short. And I recognized that water bottle as the bottle of water that flight attendants on Frontier Airlines use to fill passenger cups of water. And I looked over, I smiled because I was dressed kind of cute. And I said, "Oh, are you cabin crew with Frontier?" And she seemed sort of surprised. I knew. And she said, "Yes, I am." I said, "I recognize the water bottle." And you'll recognize little teeny things like that too when you have the job. And I said, "So are you enjoying it? Have you been flying for long?" And she said, "No, I've only been flying since December 27th or something like that." And she's only been on one trip. And I said, "Oh, so how are you enjoying it?" And she went like, I don't know. And she goes, "I don't know if I can afford this life." And I'm like, that's so funny. I'm making a video just about that topic tonight. The paycheck, your first paycheck, is kind of heartbreaking. And you will cry. Chances are you'll cry and you'll wonder, how can I do this? You'll get your next paycheck and you're probably going to cry again because you thought it would be bigger. And you might get upset the first couple paychecks, I have to tell you, because the first year is hard, but it gets better. It really does get better. All right, so I'm all over the place. I meant to go back to my expenses. So I told you, after taxes and all of my deductions, I'm left with $26,894.08. Oh, I'm blurry. Now, from that, I have to pay rent. I made a list of things I pay. Rent, apartment insurance, electric bill, because everything else is included. Uber, bus, because I try to take the buses as often as I can, but I end up taking Uber quite often. I did not include expenses during layovers. Now, it's hard for me to determine how much money I spend on layovers. I might only spend $20, or I might spend more. If I go into San Francisco for the day from our Oakland hotel, I take the BART, the train from the Oakland airport into San Francisco and back, and that's more than $20 just to get in and back. If I have a layover in New York City and I wanted to go in Newark and I wanted to go into New York City, that's also like 20 something dollars just to get in and out. Never mind snacks, coffee, blah, blah, blah while I'm away. So I didn't know what to include in terms of costs for just what I spend on layovers, because it would be difficult to really compile that number. I try to be mindful. I try to pack lunch and snacks and things like that, but there's always money to spend. My phone, the gym, I wrote on Netflix and Amazon. I canceled my Amazon Prime membership last month. That was incredibly difficult to do. They do not make it easy. I was very resentful after the process was over. Food and drink, and I put, all right, so let's go back to numbers. $5.45 for rent, $20 for my apartment insurance. I put $35 down for my electric bill. It's sometimes $14, sometimes it's $65. Depends on the time of year. I put $200 for Uber. and that's probably pretty accurate. I did not include, and that sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it? But if I were to just take a bus to work, it would take me an hour and 45 minutes to get to work, to be on early, which is on time. And I have to rationalize that spending $12 is much more sense than spending almost 2 hours. So I take an Uber. I didn't include how much money I spend on a bus a month. I probably spend $30 a month on a bus. Amazon and Netflix are probably about 14 or 15 a piece. The gym's 20, about 140, 150 for my phone. That does include my phone. That includes my data plan. Everything includes my smartwatch. It includes a smartwatch's little data plan. It's got its own little data plan. Credit, I put down $400 towards my credit, my debt, I should say. I have 2 credit cards. I put at least $400 a month towards those credit cards, and the needle hardly moves. It's disheartening. I really have to figure out a way to make that work. My tax refund, my refund check this year, whenever it comes, because I know this government shutdown is going to affect that. Whenever it gets here, I'm going to put that and throw that whole thing at one of my credit cards and see if I can't just knock that out. And I said $400 a month for food and drink, which is probably a little low. Last year, I hardly spent a dime on food. I ate a cup of noodles off the airplane a lot. But this year, I've been eating better. I've been eating healthier. And once in a while, I splurge on breakfast at the airport because I don't pack food for breakfast very often. And this past month, I've gone out 3 times with friends from out of town, or actually one of my subscribers. I went out to dinner 3 times this month, and each time I spent between $27 and $32, which to me seems like an extraordinary amount of money. So I didn't know how to budget that in there, but with my income and my expenses, if I were to learn how to budget, even now I would probably be able to save $150 or $200 a month, and that's just not happening right now. I seem to be hemorrhaging money. I think that's going to slow down for the most part because I have everything I need in my apartment. I don't need any new appliances, although I'd like a microwave. I would love a microwave because not having one sometimes bites. But I have all the cat stuff I need. I have, like, my apartment's complete. So I don't need to buy anything else for my apartment. My biggest splurge is shoes. And I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on this place I go for shoes. It's a store called $2 Shoes. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me ruin the surprise. I'm going to show you one pair of shoes. The one I'm wearing right now. Aren't these cute? $10. I know, $10. Super little driving mock. Look at that. $10. So once in a while I splurge. This video has now gone into the realm of crazy. I do apologize. And I'm not sure if I said earlier, feel free to share this video. Don't share this video. Everyone will think I'm crazy. All right, so I have shared with you guys in depth about how much money I've earned last year, what my expenses are kind of like, and one of my splurges, my $10 shoes. Now, can you do this? Can you survive your life on that little money? Because it's not a lot of money. Can you survive? If you have a mortgage, if you have a big car bill to pay, if you have kids and you don't have a lot of support system, it might be difficult. So I would, if you're going to approach this lifestyle, save your money before you go. You're going to need it. If you can't, like I couldn't, you can make it work. It's going to be hard. The first year I put everything on a credit card. I mean, everything on a credit card, which I'm paying for now, clearly. But now, is it worth it? For me, yes. Yes. Big yes. First, quality of life. The quality of my life is gorgeous. Now, it's not the life I've dreamed of forever. That's to come. It will happen. But just the level of stress that I used to have every single day, I worried every day. I don't worry about almost anything. The only thing I worry about is my cat. That's about the only thing I worry about. Because everything else is done, is taken care of. It's easy. There's no stress in my life. Um, I have all the time I want, all the time off I need. If I work my tail off this month and next month, like I did last month, because last month, holy crap, I can possibly take or drop a trip before or after my birthday. I have the week of my birthday off. I have the 19th to the 24th off for vacation. And what I would like to do is see if I can't pick up a trip this month and next month so I can drop at least one trip next month, March, so I can have a nice long period of time where I can travel without worrying about, non-rev travel and being stuck somewhere and having to get back to work. So, if I work my tail off, some people do. Some people take months off of work. They work their tail off or they do without. But later on, especially as a line holder, I can drop trips if I just don't feel like working. If I need some emotional time off, I don't have to call out sick. I can just drop the trip and not get paid for it. You know what I mean? So is it worth it? Yes. Insurance, health insurance, vision insurance. I don't know if I can tell you, but one of my coworkers recently had a knee replacement done. Great guy. He's hysterical. Maybe he's not, but I think he's hysterical. He had a knee replacement done. The number he wrote down for how much it would have cost him was abstract. I didn't even stick in my head. 180,000, something crazy. Cost him nothing. He had met his minimum. Our out of pocket maximum, I should say, is between 1,000 and 500, right in the middle. It's not much a year. Once you take care of that, and that includes medications, co-pays, that kind of stuff. So our health insurance is ridiculously good. And I'll tell you, as a middle-aged man, that comfort is invaluable. So is it worth it? For me, yes, a wholehearted yes. I love my job. I love my company. I'm with the perfect company for me. And every day is worth it. So I'm looking forward to March, where I'll get my next annual raise. And then May, I get one more little teeny bump. And that should put me over $29, almost $30 an hour. So I'm super excited. Maybe not 30. Over 28, maybe $29 an hour. So we'll see. I'll let you know. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I do apologize for how long it is. It's already, it's almost a half hour, which is a classic video for Steven, because I used to talk for a long, long time. All right, well, thank you very much again for watching. You guys have a great night, and you fly safe, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.